Good evening. We're going to begin on page 5 or page 2. So 5 in the red book, if you have that, and 2 in the spiral bound Sidor. That's transliterated. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 10 in the red book, or page 3 in the transliterated Sidor. Spiral bound. Yedid nefesh av harachaman mishoch avdach eretzonach yarutz avdach kemo hayal yishtachaveh mul hadarach ki erav lo yedidutach mino fetzuf vechol ta'am Adonai ziv ha'olam nafshi cholat ahavatach ana elna refana la beharot la noam zivach az titchazek v'titrapeh v'haitalach shivchat olam yadadai-dai-dai-dai yadadai-dai-dai-dai yadadai-dai-dai-dai-dai yadadai-dai-dai yadadai-dai-dai-dai 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 yadadai-dai-dai yadadai-dai-dai-dai 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 11 or 4. Lechu neranana l'Adonai, naharia letzor yishenu, nekad mafanav betoda, bizmirot naharia lo, Arba'im shana akut bedor, va'omar am to'e levavhem, vehem lo yadu derachai, asher nishbati ve'api, im yevohun el menuchati. 13 or 5. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai bachur shemo, basru miyom liyom yeshuato, sapru v'goyim kevodo bechol ha'amim niflotav, ki gadol Adonai umhula me'od, norahu al kol Elohim dai 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 Kikol Elohe ha'amim elilim Va'adonai shamayim asa Hod v'hadar lefanav Oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho Havu l'Adonai mishpechot amim Havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz Havu l'Adonai kevod shemo Seu mincha Uvo lechatzrotav dai 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 Ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh Chilu mipanav kol haaretz Imru v'goyim Adonai malach Aftikon tevel ba'al timot Yadinamim b'mesharim Yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz Yiram hayam lo wait, where did I go? Hasadai v'chol asher bo dai 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 az yeranenu kol atseya lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel betzedek ve'amim be'emunato yandai dai 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 ya da 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 dai ya dai 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 ya dai 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 ya dai 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 ya dai 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 15 or 6 15 or 6 Adonai malach tagel haaretz yismechu im rabim anan v'rofel savivav tzedek mishpat mechon kiso eish lefanav telef. Four lines up from the bottom. Orzaru ala tzadik ulishrei lev simcha Orzaru ala tzadik ulishrei lev simcha Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu lezecher kodsho Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu lezecher kodsho 17 or 7 Mizmor shiru l'Adonai shir chadash ki niflaot asa Hoshia lo yemino uzroa kodsho di Adonai Yeshuato le'enei hagoyim ki lo tzidkato zachar chasto ve'emunato levet Yisrael ra'u chol afse aretz et Yeshuat Eloheinu hariu l'Adonai kol haaretz pischu ve'ranenu ve'zameru zamru l'Adonai bechinor ve'kol zimra Bachatzos rod ve'kol shofar hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai yiram hayam lo tevel ve'yoshveva neharot imcha uchaf yachad harim yeranenu lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz Yishpot tevel betzedek ve'amim be'mesharim yandai da 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 yandai da 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 yandai da 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 yandai da 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 yandai da 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 yandai da 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 yandai da 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 19 or 8 Adonai malach yirgesu amim yoshev kruvim tanuta aretz Adonai b'Sion gadol v'ramu al kol ha'amim Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehakodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehakodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehakodsho. I guess I should have done romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehakodsho. Right? Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. I think it's the one that Hannah likes better. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehakodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu Adonai Eloheinu vehishtachavu lehakodsho. Page 21 or page 9, please rise as you are able. Do the good old conservative movement standard by Colonymous Anonymous. Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kevod shemo, ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh. Kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai al mayim rabim. Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, Vaishaber Adonai et arzei halvanon, Vayarkidem kemo egel Levanon v'Sirion, kemo ven re'emim. Kol Adonai chotzef lavot esh, Kol Adonai yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai echol el ayalot, Vayechesof ye'arot, uv'hechalo kulo omer kavod. Adonai lamabul yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai oz le'amo yiten, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. You can have a seat. We're on page 23 or page 11. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad ishmianu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem u'tiferet ve'litila lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Last two verses. Yaminu smol tifrot ve'et Adonai tarisi al yad ish ben parsi ve'nismecha ve'nagila. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Please rise and face the door. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvesahala toch emune am segula. Boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. You can have a seat again. We're on page 27 or page 13 in the spiral bound. Mizmor shir liyom hashabbat tov lahodot ladonai ulzamer l'shimcha elyon ulzamer l'shimcha elyon hagid babocher. At the red arrow or the black arrow on whatever page it is, it's the second page if you have the red book. Tzadikata amar yifroch ke'erez balvanon yizkeh shetulim bevet Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun beseva deshenim verananim yiyu lehagid ki ashar Adonai Sori velo avlata bo. Page 29 or 14. Adonai malakeu lavesh lavesh Adonai ositazar avtikod. At the red arrow, and I think it's a little bit above the black arrow, Mikolot Mayim are the beginning words. Mikolot Mayim, Mayim Rabim, Adirim, Adirim, Mishpereyam. Mikolot Mayim, Mayim Rabim, Adirim, Adirim, Mishpereyam. Adir bamarom, die, die, die. Adir bamarom, die, die, die. Adir bamarom, Adonai. Adir bamarom, die, die, die. Adir bamarom, die, die, die. Adir bamarom, Adonai. Edotechenemu me'od levetcha, nava kodesh Adonai, leorech yamim. So because it's not yet Shabbat, we're going to do the yard sites of this past week. So this is this one. Here we go. They're both orange. Okay, so starting last Saturday, the 26th, or after Friday night after sundown, going through today, Friday the 1st, we mark the yard sites of the following people in our community: Harold Jacobson, Dorothy Miller, Harry Levine, Morris Salowitz, Betty Goodside, Bessie Smalls, Kenneth Sandler, Dorothy Pomerantz, Isidore Fetter, Robert Elsner, David Simon, Abraham Rosenfeld, Anna Levitt, Joseph Oringer, Louis Weiss, Robert Winter, Philip Dorfman, Harlan Neiman, Bella Kovich, Doreen Zeman, and Ruth Engman. We also remember the recent passing of Jim Markovis, the beloved father of Bobby Kalashi, Frank Markovis, and David Markovis, the beloved grandfather of Jenny Blumberg, Karen Goodwin, Daniel Kalashi, Jeff Markovis, and Mike Markovis, and also the beloved great-grandfather of Mia and Zara Blumberg. Also, Dr. Harvey Dissenhouse, the beloved father of Rebecca Heisman and beloved grandfather of Landon Jordan and Elijah Heisman. May all the memories always be for a blessing whenever possible. Mourner's College is on page 30 or page 14. All those who are observing a yard site, all those who are mourning, please say along with me and please rise. If it is your custom to rise in solidarity with the mourners or to say Kaddish for people who have no one to say Kaddish for them, please also rise at this time. Page 30 or page 14. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divra kirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam ulamei amaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudisha b'rechu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram ve'alma ve'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. May all the memories always be for a blessing whenever possible. You can have a seat. Once there was a peasant who lived with his wife and daughters. This is not a Helm story. Once there was a peasant who lived with his wife and daughters in a one-room hut with a straw roof far from the village. The house had a bed, a table, and a stove, but no mirror. A mirror was a luxury for a poor peasant. And why would a peasant need a mirror? Peasants aren't curious about their appearance. But this peasant did have a dog and a cat. The dog was named Dog, and the cat was named Cat. They had both been born within the same week, and as little food as a peasant had for himself and his family, he still wouldn't let his dog and cat go hungry. Since the dog had never seen another dog, and the cat had never seen another cat, and they only saw each other, the dog thought he was a cat, and the cat thought she was a dog. True, they were far from being alike by nature. The dog barked, and the cat meowed. The dog chased rabbits, and the cat lurked after mice. But must all creatures be exactly like their own kind? The peasant's children weren't exactly alike either. Dog and cat lived on good terms, often ate from the same dish, and tried to mimic each other. When dog barked, cat tried to bark along. And when cat meowed, dog tried to meow too. Cat occasionally chased rabbits, and dog made an effort to catch a mouse. The peddlers, who always bought chicken, eggs, honey, and whatever was available from the peasants in the village, never came to this peasant's hut. They knew that he was so poor that he had nothing to sell. But one day a peddler did come by. When he came inside and began to lay out his wares, the peasant's wife and daughters oohed and awed at all the beautiful jewelry and trinkets. But what enthralled the women of the house most was a mirror set in a wooden frame. They asked the peddler its price, and he said 1/2 gulden, which is a lot of money for poor peasants. After a while, Mariana, the peasant's wife, proposed that she would pay 5 groschen every month for the mirror. The peddler hesitated. The mirror did take up a lot of space in his sack, and there was always a danger of breakage. So he decided to make the deal, knowing the family were an honest people and they would pay regularly. The mirror created a commotion in the hut. Until then, none of them had really seen themselves, only seeing their reflections in the barrel of water that stood by the door. Now they could see themselves clearly, and they began to find defects in their faces, defects they had never noticed before. The house became a chaotic and unhappy place as they all wished they could look different, more conventionally beautiful. But the human members of the household were not the only ones affected. The dog and the cat also grew disturbed by the mirror. The mirror was placed above a bench. The first time the cat sprang up on the bench and saw her image in the mirror, she became perplexed. She had never before seen such a creature. Cat's whiskers bristled. She began to meow at her reflection and raised a paw to it, but the other creature meowed back and raised her paw too. Soon, Dog jumped up on the bench, and when he saw the other dog, he became wild with rage and shock. He barked at the other dog and showed him his teeth, but the other dog barked back and bared his fangs too. So great was the distress of cat and dog, they fought and hurt each other terribly. The family could barely separate them. Because a dog is stronger than a cat, Dog had to be tied up outside, and he howled all day and night. In their anguish, both dog and cat stopped eating. When the peasant saw the massive disruption the mirror had created in his household, he decided a mirror was not what his family needed. "Why, look at yourself," he said, "when you can see and admire the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars, and the earth, with all its forests and meadows, rivers and plants." He took the mirror down from the wall and put it in the shed. When the peddler came for his monthly installment, the peasant gave him back the mirror and instead bought handkerchiefs and slippers for his daughters and his wife. After the mirror disappeared, dog and cat returned to normal. Again, dog thought that he was a cat, and cat was sure that she was a dog. Despite all the defects the girls had found in themselves, they soon forgot all of that and returned to being their own selves, comfortable in their own skin. The village rabbi heard what had happened at the peasant's house and said, "A glass mirror only shows the skin of the body. The real image of a person is in his willingness to help himself and his family, and as far as possible, all those he comes in contact with. This kind of mirror reveals the very soul of the person." This week's parsha is Kitavo, which is towards the end of the book of Deuteronomy. In it, as Ariella will discuss tomorrow in her speech, God tells the Israelites that if they follow the laws of the Torah, they will be blessed. And if they choose not to follow the laws, then they will be cursed. As seems to be a common theme in Judaism, there are way more curses than blessings. However, Moses also tells the people, "And God has affirmed this day that you are, as promised, God's treasured people, Am Segula, who shall observe all the divine commandments, and God will set you in fame and renown and glory high above all the nations that God has made, that you shall be, as promised, a holy people to your God." This, folks, is one of the origin texts of the chosen people, for better or for worse. However, what is illustrated in this parsha and even the Haftarah, which Ariella will read tomorrow, just from the book of Isaiah, which says, "Whereas you have been forsaken, rejected, I will make you a pride everlasting, a joy for age after age." Words and sentiment that the poet of Lecha Dodi borrowed when writing his text. We just sang that, welcoming the Jewish people and Shabbat together. A point that often gets missed among the many, many curses, however, is this message from God to the people. We are, at our core, at least 99% of us, good people. And we are treasured people. No matter where we are, no matter who we are, no matter how we feel about ourselves. And it's a hard ask by God, but all we should do is try to live up to our potential and care for and love people and our planet as much as we are cared for by the divine. The world God describes in Kitavo is not a prescriptive, but a descriptive. If you make an effort to create goodness and good things, your world has the potential to be good. The real image of a person is in his or her willingness to help and not to hurt. May that be the self-reflection of ourselves that we can embody, live into, and love. Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to grab a tallis. All right, we're on page 39A or page 15. We're going to switch on to Mari for the evening blessings. I'm going to ask you to rise for the Baruchu. Page 15 in the transliterated Siddur, 39A if you're in the red book. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. You can have a seat. We're on page 16 in the transliteration, or still 39A in the red book. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu. Blessed are you, our God, sovereign of time and space. Umavir yom umevi laila umavdil ben yom uven laila Adonai tzavaot shemo. El Chai v'kayam tamidim lochaynu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Hamari v'aravim. Page 40 or page 16. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shokvenu u'v'kumenu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla yomam v'layla v'vatachal tasim imenu le'olamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. 41 or 17. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom alavavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha beveitecha uv'lechtecha v'aderech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot ayadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha v'hayam. Adonai Elohechem Emet. 43A or 20. Emet v'manal kol zov v'kayam aleinu. page 44 or 20. Umalchuto baratzon kiblu alehem, Moshe uMiriam uvnei Israchanu shira, Besimcha rabba ve'amru chulam, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha neder ba'kodesh, Nora tehilot, Osef ele, Malchutecha ra'uvanecha bokeam lifnei Moshe, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai imloch leolam va'ed, Ve'ne'emar ki fadar ad Yaakov, Go'elo mi'ad chazak mimenu, Baruch ata Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. 21 or 45. Allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully awakened. Ushmor tzeitenu ve'enu chayim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha. Baruch ata Adonai, hapore sukat shalom aleinu, ve'kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Please rise for the biblical sanctification of the day, 46 or 22. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beni uven b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz, Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Yitkadav yitkadash shemei rabba, ve'alma divra kirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael, Bagala, uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yeheshme rabba mevorach, le'olam u'lam me'almaya yitbarach. Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitba'ar, v'yitram, v'yitnaser, v'yithadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yithalal, Shmei Kudusha brechu, le'la min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiram be'alma v'imru, amen. The silent Amidah for Shabbat Mariv begins on page 47 or 23 and continues through 52 or 29, English, Hebrew, words of your heart. Ose shalom bimroma, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, vimru, vimru, amen. Yase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yase shalom, shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. May the one who makes peace in the universe help us make peace with each other. Hello, Alma. 53 or 30, please rise. Vayechulu hashamayim va'aretz v'chol tzeva'am vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa Vayivarach Elohim et Yom HaShvi'i vaykadesh oto kivo shavat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Konei Shamayim va'aretz Magen Avot bidvaro, Mechaye metim b'ma'amaro, Ha'el HaKadosh she'ein kamohu, Hameniach le'amo b'yom Shabbat kodsho, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Lefanav na'avod b'yirav afachad, V'nodeh lishmo b'chol yom tamid, Me'on habrachot. El hahodaot, Adon hashalom, Mekadesh hashabat umvarek shvi, Umeniach bikdusha la'amedu shnei oneg, Zecher lemase v'reshit. 54:31. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu ritzei v'ibnuchatenu kashenu b'mitzvotecha v'ten chelkenu b'toratecha sabenu mituvecha v'samchenu b'shuatecha v'taher libenu le'avdecha be'emet v'hanchilenu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava uvratzon Shabbat kodshecha v'yanuchu v'Yisrael Mekadesh shemecha Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. 54:32. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabba be'almadi rakir tevi amlik malchute b'chaye chorog yimachonov chaye deko be'Yisrael b'agalav izman kari v'imeru amen yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olam ula me'almaya yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'toram v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalei v'tal shmei kudusha brechu Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram be'alma v'imeru amen yitkabal slotonu v'auton Nechol yishol kadamon v'shmaya v'imru amen Yehei shamar rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imeru amen Oseh shalom b'mromav huyaseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. I will now invite Ariella up to lead us in Aleinu. We're on page 56 or page 35. Please stay standing as you are able. You will face the ark. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol l'atei gdula liotzer breshit shelo asanu kegodei haratzot velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chelkeinu kahem vegor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim All right, you can all have a seat. So this upcoming week in the community, we mark the art sites of the following people. So starting tonight after sundown through next Friday the 8th. Polly Lipsman, Julia Rosenberg, Sadie Korn, Harvey Ruttman, Samuel Wittenberg, Zizla Wittenberg, Stanley Isaacson, Charles Analik, Bessie Ginsberg, Anne Levine, Arnold Wolf, Dorothy Heiferman, Sandra Bernstein, Richard Lebo, Saul Weiner, Rose Ray Epstein, Thelma Cardin. Cardin, right? Yeah, okay. Ben Altman, Meyer Mincer, Mel Rausch, Morris Queskin, Wallace Roberts, and Esther Yavitz. We also, of course, remember the recent passing of Jim Markovis, beloved father of Bobby Kalashi, Frank Markovis, and David Markovis, beloved grandfather of Jenny Blumberg, and beloved great-grandfather of Zara and Mia Blumberg, and also Dr. Harvey Dissenhouse, the beloved father of Rebecca Heisman and beloved grandfather of Landon Jordan and Elijah Heisman. May all the memories always be for a blessing whenever possible. Mourner's Cottage is on page 58 or 37. All those who are observing a yard site, all those who are in mourning, please say along with me and please rise. If it's your custom to rise in solidarity with the mourners, or to say Kaddish, people have known to say Kaddish for them, please also rise at this time. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra kirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye lechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehe shmei Rabba mevarach leolam ulamei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal shmei dekudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehe shlama Rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. You can have a seat. Psalm for the season of repentance. We're on page, which is what this season is. We're on page 59 or page 36, Psalm 27. LeDavid Adonai uri v'ishi mimi ira, Adonai is my light and my help, whom shall I fear? About 8 lines down from the top, it's bolded in the red book. Achat sha'alti me'et Adonai ota avakesh. Achat sha'alti me'et Adonai ota avakesh. Shivti bevet Adonai kol yemei chayai, lachasot benoam Adonai, ulevaker bechalo. Lachasot benoam Adonai, ulevaker bechalo. One thing I ask of Adonai, this is what I seek, to dwell in the house of God all the days of my life, to behold God's peacefulness and to pray in God's sanctuary. Lule he'emanti leropetuv Adonai be'eretz chayim, kaveh el Adonai chazak v'yametz libecha v'kaveh el Adonai. All right, few announcements. Make sure I have the right paper. Mazel tov in advance, Ariella Rogers! That's why we're all here. I mean, I'm here every week, but, you know. It'll be awesome. She's going to be great. And I'm so glad that everybody is, what? Best ever. You do it better. I told you I still have that phone message that you left for me from my birthday like 5 years ago saved. I delete like every other one, and then I keep that one. And also I want to say to you, Ariella, that I found a squirrel story, like a Jewish squirrel story, and I was totally going to use it, but like I am good, but I'm not that good. So that's why I went with the one that I went with. But I was thinking about you because the squirrels were making noises and all the things, yes. So anyway, nope, you got something else instead, and I'll say lovely things about you tomorrow that have nothing to do with squirrels. So There's going to be a family dinner afterwards. So everybody who is invited to the family dinner, we're going to do, and everybody who's not invited to the family dinner, we're going to first do kiddush and hamotzi, which is the blessing of the wine and the grape juice in the atrium, so that you can, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And then if you are coming for the dinner, you'll know where to go. You'll go to the back of the room after that. Other things to say. Step class is joining up with Adath Yeshurun in Minneapolis and doing a class with Rabbi Barry Citron online. He's teaching it there, and it's being done on Zoom. So next Sunday is going to be a crazy, crazy Sunday. So we're going to do a short slichot service because we should do those things. It's a preparation for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. That'll be at 10:30 in the morning. And then there's going to be a Women's League Torah Fun brunch at 11. And you don't have to be a lady to come. You can also be a man as long as you pay. And then or identify as a man. And then there's going to be a film that's supposed to be really good called The Tiger Within. It was Ed Asner's last film, and it's about he's a Holocaust survivor who befriends a woman who has a lot of tattoos and I think is a prostitute and has parents who are Holocaust deniers. So it should be quite the film. We're going to show it here on the big screen like we did with Young Frankenstein. And then what else? Let's see. Oh, yeah. And then I'm also supposed to tell you that if you want to order a lulav or a lulav and etrog, because they come together for Sukkot, we need to have the orders in by Friday. So, like, if that's something that you want, and I know there are people in this room that do, you have to make sure you get your order in soon. Everybody by now who actually lives in this community, who is also members of the synagogue, I'm looking at you because you are members of the synagogue, but you do not live here anymore. Everybody should have gotten a mailing this week that has all the information for the high holidays, and it has like all the papers and stuff for the Yisker book and for ordering a lulav and etrog and all the things. I wanted to point out, too, that Kever Avot we normally do on the Sunday between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur together with the temple. There is no Sunday that's free this year because second day of Rosh Hashanah is a Sunday and Kol Nidre is a Sunday. And I love you guys very much, but I don't want to traipse through the summer at Cemetery, and it's probably going to be hot right before Kol Nidre. So we're going to do it on a Wednesday night at 5:30, and I think I think Rabbi Schuster's going to be at Woodlawn at 5, and then he'll come in. We're going to do Tashlich at 5:30 first at the pond, and then we're going to do Kever Avot, I think, at about 6. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, and like I said, make sure you order your lulav and etrog. Also, something to note is the first day of Rosh Hashanah is on a Saturday, so we will not be blowing shofar. We will do all of that on Sunday because it's not typical. We also will not do Avinu Malkeinu. Rabbi Barton does not hate Avinu Malkeinu. It's just that the rabbis ordained that you can't do Avinu Malkeinu when it's on Shabbat. So just to let you guys know, if you want to hear the shofar and all of that, you should come the second day of Rosh Hashanah on Sunday when Ariella Rogers might be blowing shofar. Not entirely confirmed, but I think we are almost a go. So with that, my friends, I'm going to invite our bat mitzvah up to the stage, and she is going to continue. She's going to conclude with Adon Olam, which is on page 211. So flip quite ahead, or I think it's page 39. I was right. Okay, or page 39.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach, V'terem Kol, Yitzir Nira, V'heit Nasa, V'hefsakol, Asai Melech Shemo Nikrat Adon Olam, V'yahare Kilo Takol, Adon Olam, V'hu Haya, V'hu Hoveh, V'hu yeh v'tifereth Adon Olam, v'hu shemala, v'terem kol, v'tir nira, v'heit nata, v'hefsakol, Azina Leshimoni Kra Adon Olam. Behu Hare. Chani, Vachira Adon Olam. Behu Reshi, Velitaki. Adon Olam.
Adon Olam. Hashem Allah. B'terem kol.
Yitzir Nira.
Leit Nasa.
Sarah.
B'chef
Efsokol. Azina Leshimoni Kra Adon Olam.
V'chai
Goali.
V'tzorali
Shara Adon Olam. Behu Nisi Umanosli. Menakosi V'yohara Adon Olam.
Adon
Olam. Hashem Allah. B'terem kol. Yitzir Nira. Behet Nasa.
Leit Nasa.
Efsokol. Azina Leshimoni Kra Adon Olam. Hayo, Afid Ruhi, Viedi Shafahira Adon Olam, Vim Ruhi, Vigitati, Adon Olira Adon Olam.
Nice work, Fred. All right, sounds good. All right. Head outside. Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out to the lobby and have ourselves a snack.